Outlast. When it came out, I was a little kid, and this kid was watching gameplay of it, shitting himself and wishing to play it. A few years later, a lot, actually, I decided to touch the spark that set my horror passion aflame. Also, I'm trying different editing and narrating style, but holy shit, all the memories. The premises of the game is simple. The protagonist, Miles Upshur, receives an email dated September 17th, 2013. He states that a corporation named Markov is secretly doing terrible things to people in a psychiatric hospital called Mount Massive. It needs to be exposed. Batteries and trustworthy camera with night vision in hand, and into one obviously terrible idea. Bloody vehicle as a welcome mat of a locked entrance, reaching the side of the building to climb inside, where the game makes you aware that you'll see the shade of green for a long while. Ecco perché mi metteva ansia sto gioco. The very first hallway we travel through is painted with blood and cliché. After making our way in a vent, we discover how close we were to another person. And after popping out of the vent... yeah, first of a long series of jumpscare. Walking through the metal stenching library takes us to a man impaled on a pile of mutilated bodies, and severed heads displayed on the bookshelves. With his last few seconds, he tells us three important things. First off, go to the security control and get the fuck out of here. They got killed by the variants, and the most obvious, given that the game tells you right before playing, you can't fight back. If you can, hide. If you can't, run. Miles has something to say too, I'll sum it up in fuck this. After leaving the library, we see a man walk by, that promptly reappears and throws me around like I'm his bitch. This other totally sane guy says I'm an apostle and I have a calling. Was my calling? Yes! A document where Markov says fuck you, we do what we want, and yet another document, which includes something interesting. It appears as an intern document, made by Dr. Rudolf Wernick and written by Dr. Walsh. A patient with the initial CLW, Walker, male, 32 years old, has been a part of this thing called Project World Rider. He was subject to morphogenic engine and a heavy hormone treatment. He was interviewed while restrained. Restraints that, mind you, were used for the history of self-mutilation and were adjusted because this Walker was too huge. He feels anxious about his own flesh, specifically around nose and lips. He also fought in Afghanistan and is hyperfixated on military security protocols. So, from what we have now, that's Walker. Alright, this is the most well-known jumpscare in gaming history, but I just wanted to keep it in. And guess what? Time for another document. Battery. Po' meno, eh? People don't care about the crazy. If they vanish, it's fine. World Rider is going to make a shit ton of money. LMAO. Helen Granat. When I reached the security room, I had a weird feeling. I've played this part many times before, but... while opening the exit, Father Go Fuck Yourself turns off the power of this wing of the asylum. Unfortunately, Walker walks by, but the instant he leaves the room, I get out and run to the basement. Unfortunately, while running, I stumble across another document. Don't worry, I'll cut this one short. NK Ultra is working. You don't know what NK Ultra is? CA doing real experiment to mind control people with various level of success. In this case, it worked. This is extremely reductive, so if you're curious about the topic, check it out. This part is the part that terrified me as a kid. I completed this in maybe 4 minutes? After coming back to the security room, Father Go Fuck Yourself drags us, and before fainting, we see another group of soldiers being called by... yes. Now, the dialogue says Our Lord the World Rider, implying the obvious.
All doors will open before you.
After waking up in a confinement cell, I met some more variants, especially two brothers that have the title of best character in the game in my opinion.
He looks nervous.
I would like to kill him.
As would I.
The preacher asked us not to.
It would be impolite.
Not here.
We give him a running start,
There's an idea.
and when we kill him slow.
Such patience.
I want his tongue and liver.
Another variant says, they were waiting for us, Billy understood, and they always been here. The first and last line probably referring to Markov making foundation for the Mount Massive to have a huge stock of lab rats, and the second one, Billy.
Un monte di vita, insomma.
After crawling inside the walls, we meet a kind sir that calls us sick after we find him fucking a headless corpse.
It's sick. You're sick.
Miles doesn't love the idea of that happening to him.
Me when women.
Follow the blood. I did the opposite and found a document sent to Granat stating, please, leave my patient to his finger paint. It's been really useful for the therapy. I beg, let him do it. Markov wants our patients to become more disengaged with reality. A variant kindly tells us that they were no experiment but a conjuring. After finally getting my shit beaten up, I skillfully moved to a worse place. Documents talking about cleaning the we gotta dispose of the body tunnel. As someone becomes said body, Miles is busy considering that Walker may be trying to, and I quote, fix this. No.
Sicuri che vi volete sbattere dei maceti sulle mani? Non lo farei neanche con dei cazzi così mostruosi, Sarone. Guarda lì, pisellone.
Dr. Wernicke passed away at 90 years old, born in Germany in 1918, working alongside Alan Turing. After retiring and getting into photos, he's described from his company as a true humanitarian with a generous spirit. ... He leaves no survivors.
My God, he vanished. Vanished without a trace.
I just had sarcasm.
It was my intention.
He thinks we're assholes.
Stupid.
Let's pull him in and slit his belly open.
The worst part of replaying a game after so long is that you don't remember everything.
Porca troia!
Also, given the sound and blur, I 1 miss the War Rider, 2 start tweaking. Miles is also tweaking.
Prego, Rider.
After crawling through claustrophobic spaces, I ended up in a sewer system of sort where I simply had to unclog the we gotta dispose of the body tunnel. Easy task, if it wasn't for Walker going from one end of the hallway to the other multiple times.
Mi hai rotto il cazzo. Che vuoi mo? Certo, siamo a 4. Che due palle!
While sneaking around, we can also hear people getting killed by the War Rider, making it officially hostile. Ignoring the random asshole that's singing in these tunnels,
Padre?
You don't have to be scared of me. I can tell we're the same. You still know it's real. The doctor's dead. You know that, right? Dr. Wernicke died before he even started working here. What kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients? That's the question.
and the answer to the question are two really. Wernicke is alive, or other doctors are working on his initial project.
Male word, female word. Chiedo scusa? Ma la smettiamo? Ma da dove? Ma che cazzo è quella roba? Saving, c'è Walker, vero? Perché? Oh, vedo l'acqua che riflette verso di me. Oh, calmo, eh. Mail word. Oh, cazzo. Ah! Porca troia.
And that, gentlemen, was my first death. We found some more stuff written on wall, finger first, then balls, then tongue, all this torture. Ignoring the document written by a fucking maniac, the name Billy is again associated with the War Rider, this time directly, making Billy this weird boogeyman. Also, this guy started tweaking and he led to a chase.
Who's down there? You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live.
Neither a choice here, buddy.
He calls us the priest witness. Now, witness is a word we already saw throughout the game. It's probably given to people who have seen, or better yet, survived the Wild Rider. After mocking us, he shows us the thick ass of his and then presents us to all the tweaking wanker in his place.
We're putting that tongue to any use anyway.
Prego.
After stealing my camera to documenting me becoming a tweaking wanker, he simply and politely grabs some fucking garden scissor, cuts a finger off me, bitch slaps me, and then cuts more fingers. After breaking free from the phalangist collector, Mild, reasonably enough, pukes his souls out, and with exposed bones grabs the camera and walks away. Right outside the door, we find a non-tweaking wanker that tells us some interesting details.
I'm an executive, just like him. Like Traeger. They got the gene and he's still alive. Filled with Wernicke's nightmares. He worked so well. They couldn't control it. And you can't control it. Nobody he'll find you. He'll kill you. He's coming now. Traeger! Traeger!
Ho paura che lui sia molto più silenzioso di Walker. Porca troia, non lo è.
He says Traeger got the treatment, probably a good shot at the morphogenic engine. I don't really know what the Wernicke's nightmare means. Many characters allude to dreams and nightmares, but I can't really make a theory out of it. Here we go into sci-fi. Not that this is not a sci-fi story. Also, I entered the room, closed the door behind me for safety, the other door is locked, I turn back, the entrance is locked. What?
Oh, chiave. No, questa è la parte dove si corre, vero? Puttana la troia!
Too bad I saw a guy trying to get the platinum and I know you can just crouch behind doors with this guy. Reach the elevator and I'll just let the scene play, as I believe it's one of the most iconic.
Addio, dottore.
After that we meet with Father, who tells us to meet him outside. Well, there's also a document regarding Traeger, but I can't really make any theory out of it. The kitchen is on fire, and the guy that sparked the flame is giving the dramatic speech that I couldn't care less about it. A document shows a paper acting more as a poster than anything, saying, if you're starting to tweak too, tells us. Which I interpret more as, if you think you're crazy, you definitely are, and you really should let us make you a patient.
Ti levi dal cazzo. Grazie. Porca puttana. Ciao.
After reaching the upside, the grass was making weird noises. Some bushes were acting weird as well.
E il cazzo di Goldrake! Porca troia! Sarò onesto, ho reagito distinto, non sapevo che fare quando mi ho perso davanti, ho chiuso la porta. Cosa? Cosa? Che hai scritto? God help me, I think I've seen the Wild Rider. Dici? Di nuovo Walker.
Father confirming he's totally insane too. It's been a few minutes since I was hearing random static. I simply blamed the camera for it. Apparently, after reaching a fountain full of corpses, Miles says he's looking for a static. I am not yet insane. Talking about the static again, Miles is going more and more insane by the minute. Not that I blame him. Now we simply need to collect some fuses to open the dumbwaiter for a key.
Oh madonna.
Ignoring the tweaker on React, I managed to bug myself into a wall.
Sì, gioco, ma sono buggato nel muro, aiuto.
Of course, after fixing everything, the body with the key fell down a floor.
Sì, un po' più.
There are this thing called Project Paperclip and Project 63, which are real by the way, taking Nazi scientists, researchers and whatnot, and take them to America.
Tu non hai capito, scusa.
Aside from that, I want to take a second to read a document, fully this time. Diary of Shirley Pierce, 1952-1964. With this diary being in a block of documents, I suppose privacy wasn't really guaranteed here. How can I not remember where these cuts are coming from? They hurt so deeply, even days later. Given the location, these injuries could be made by a lot of things. I don't believe this is tied to the morphogenic engine, but instead to the NK Ultra stuff from before. They already managed to mind control people before, so why not testing on them or make them do stuff while in a state of unconsciousness and then blame it on them for resisting the therapy? Dr. Newshouse tells me it's my fault. I'm subconsciously resisting the hypnotherapy. And now the part that actually managed to finally stick a note of sorrow in me. But I want so much to get better. I don't know why I could be doing this to myself. Dr. Newhouse says it's another condition of my bedroom-inspired hysteria. Or Bruce. I make him suffer so this person doesn't know what's happening to her. She thinks it's her fault, and she faults herself for others too. I know the doctors only mean well, and with the help of the government men who joined the staff, I'm in the very best hand possible. I should just take my pills and sleep, and hope for a more pleasant dream tonight. Oh, the floor collapses and I lose my camera. After a walk in pitch black darkness, I found the camera and kinda left.
Adesso se possibilmente non mi rompete il cazzo. Ma va, fatti fottere, no, direzione sbagliata. Oh cazzo. Ti prego non me lo mettere nel culo, ti prego non me lo mettere nel culo, ti prego non me lo mettere nel culo, ti prego, 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 ti prego. Ah! Occupato. È occupato, è occupato. Ah!
I was walking to father's place when suddenly I had no one behind me, but I shitted myself cause I thought there was someone.
C'avevo qualcuno alle spalle, non sono schizofrenico. No, sì, mi sono saliti i brividi. Io mi sono girato e c'era qualcuno.
Now, the church music was hearable from the distance. I was sure to be close to father. And when finally I reached him, he was set on fire. And it was his plan from the fucking start.
Mica è morto in fretta. Ah, ok.
After everything, the first thing I had to do was to run away from Walker again.
Walker, hai rotto il cazzo!
And with the key obtained before the barbecue, I can finally use the elevator to leave. Not really, though. We are taken much deeper into the ground, reaching the cam tunnel, Markov's laboratories, I think. This is the place from the beginning, where father showed us the soldier getting obliterated one by one. Apparently Wernicke doesn't like Frankenstein, because I really don't see a sense in this one. Wernicke was a Nazi and projected the morphogenic engine. Still, I would just like to change the was with ease. And while looking around for any other clues or information, I stumble across a dark place, meaning night vision to see the wall rider. While escaping, Walker cuts me off, cause of course Walker is here as well. Like, duh. Wow. You know it's bad when even the guy you try to kill felt empathy for you. While I was losing myself into the lab, I randomly entered that door and Dr. Motherfucking Wernick was in there.
È lui!
With this being the obvious safe room in here, the asshole tries to gaslight me into thinking Billy is the one protecting him. He goes along saying that Markov did the researches, taking the blame of himself. How it's all about transforming cell into nanotechnology factor, what the and oh no, it was so wrong and stupid of us. He wants me to turn off Billy's life support. Brother, don't get me wrong, I want to do it, but he's not the one that should get his plug pulled.
Hai rotto il cazzo!
Ignoring how many times I managed to die to the World Rider 4, finally met Billy. At least the shell. And a morphogenic engine is in front of us, plus a document that tells us what to do. How the fuck did a random guy manage to get here? All of this, all of it, is Billy's life sustain, just so dude can play as a nanotech ghost. Needless to say that Miles is more than happy to kill Billy for Wernicke. Died again. Rips on cables. Apparently Billy's not happy about Miles trying to kill him, and so he tosses Miles around him. But Miles still stands, and reaches for the morphogenic engine. Basically half dead, free from the World Rider, happy to have made it, to still have his camera, forgets a single crucial detail. This is Markov, and there's no way in the world that someone escapes Markov so easily.
Himmel. You have become the host. Jesus God, what is that thing?
And this, my friend, was the game that kept me awake at night as a kid, that gave me chills and always looked up to as a fan of the horror genre. I can finally and happily say, this was Outlast.
A woman has to suffer some things. It's not pleasant, I know. But just try to endure.